Good morning everyone and welcome to day 8 for H. Today we'll be doing happy baby pose and this is a really nice hip opener. So let's get into it. So come to the top of the mat, finding mountain posture. We'll inhale here, palms up and together. Exhale to fold. We'll put the hands down, stepping back to our plank as we slowly come down to our knees. This time what we're going to do, cross the feet over and coming back onto our buttocks and then lying down, spine flat on the floor. So what we do coming into this posture, we want to get eventually our hands to the outsides of our feet so they come from the insides, wrap around the outside edge of the feet. But the main thing here is the shoulders aren't coming off the ground, so we're craning our neck. We're keeping a nice neutral neck on the back in contact with the mat, and then we bring our shoulders down to the ground, so they're sort of not reaching up either. From here, if you're feeling like your hips are quite tight, what you can do is modify it, bringing your hands either to your ankles there on the outside or just your shins. The other next focus is that we get our tailbone down flat on the ground here as well, so keeping that nice and flat, you might find yourself most comfortable here or even perhaps here, or the outside of the feet here. And then we'll just get a few breaths here and trying to keep your chest nice and open. And then we'll let go of the feet, rolling forwards, back to our 4-point kneel position. Then we come up to our plank, stepping forward, one foot after the other to our forward fold, inhaling up, palms together, and exhaling down through centre. So we'll start with our letter A now, our sun salutation A. So inhale up, palms together, exhale, fold, inhale up, halfway lift. Exhale, stepping back and coming down onto our knees into our belly. Might start with a baby cobra this morning. Exhale back to our down dog. Here for a few breaths. Maybe walking out the dog. Stepping forward, one foot after the other to our forward fold and inhaling up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, palms come up and together. Exhale, down. And repeating that. So inhale, palms up and together, looking up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, stepping both feet back. Going down to the knees, elbows by our sides. Inhaling to baby cobra, or we might come to full cobra. Real nice chest opener. Cool. Coming back to our downward dog. So a few counts here. Stepping forward as we inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, palms up. Exhale, starting with sun salutation B. Inhale to chair pose. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, planting those palms. Coming back to our plank here. We might stay here and then come down to our upward dog. Or Bridget Watson, full cobra. Exhaling back to our to our downward dog, and then stepping through to our warrior one. Inhaling up. Exhale, planting the palms, coming through your own vinyasa. Inhaling up. Exhale, downward dog. Stepping through with our left foot. Same on the other side. Inhale, palms come up and together. Warrior one, keeping those hips facing nice and forward. Equal weight through both feet. Exhale down. Coming through our vinyasa. to our downward dog for a few breaths. And just want to reiterate, your hands and your feet are the same distance apart here, so nice and hip width apart. Your palms are nice and active into the ground along with your toes. And you're tipping up through your tailbone. Looking forward, stepping forward, inhale, halfway lift, exhale, fold. Inhale, chair, exhale, back to Samastiti. Are you finding neutral here, taking a breath or two? Inhale to chair, exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, planting those palms, finding our way down to our bellies. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, pushing through those hands. Back to downward dog. Inhale, right foot comes forward. Hands together and up. Exhale, vinyasa. Exhale, back to downward dog. This time on our left. Really try and ensure we're not sort of slamming down at the front here. So try and push through your hands so you can create a space there to bring that foot through nice and gently. Inhaling up. Exhale through your vinyasa. And downward dog. And you might close down with your eyes, just notice your breath. Looking forward, stepping forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, palms up and together, knees together, chair. Exhale. And we've finished our sun salutations. You can do a few more if you're still looking to warm up. Alright, so now we'll come into cat-cow pose. So, inhaling up. Exhale, fold. Stepping back to our plank. Knees come down. And we find our way to our cat-cow, starting in neutral. And then we'll inhale, we tip from the pelvis. Exhale around the spine. And 5 of these in your own time. Once you're back at neutral, popping those hands forward, tucking the toes under, coming to our plank. Maybe step forward with your left foot this time. Change things up, forward fold. Inhale, hands coming up together. Exhale down. Now we're coming to D, downward dog. Inhaling up. Exhale, fold. Stepping back to our plank. Leading up with the tailbone and back. Maybe readjusting your feet. Shoulder width apart. And 5 of your own breaths here. Trying to breathe in and out of the nose if you can. And relaxing the back of the neck. Back to our plank. Stepping forward, one foot after the other to our forward fold. Inhaling up. Exhale. And we come to E. Inhale up and together. Exhale, fold. Stepping back to our plank. Dropping the knees. Bringing the hands back a little bit. Popping the toes, big toes together. Knees apart. And bringing our hands out actively in front of us as we send our hips back towards our heels. Try and imagine you've got a sandbag on top of your hips and just let them drop. organically. Forward, finding our way back to our plank now, stepping forwards, one foot follows the other, inhaling up, palms together, and exhale down. Perfect, now we're coming to our forward fold, so inhaling up here, exhale, palms come down through centre as we come to our forward fold, bend generously through our knees, and heel to our feet, just so they're nice and hip width apart. And then finding opposite elbows if you prefer, or you can just have those hands on the ground on your knees or your shins, just resting down here. And try and breathe into the tension in your hamstrings rather than straining through your lower back here. And relaxing the back of your neck. And heel toe those feet back together. Inhaling up and exhale down, hands on the hips or the lower back, and just come into a nice counter pose there. Perfect, now we come to G, garland pose. So we will inhale up here and exhale, bringing our palms down to our chest, heel to our feet out nice and wide, the width of the mat, and then sitting down into our garland pose or yogi squat here, and making some adjustments, modifications if we need to, maybe coming up onto those toes, halfway up, or sitting the whole way down. Try and lengthen through your chest so we're not sort of rounding into this posture here. Nice and active through the palms together, pushing into each other so that you can kind of leverage out at the elbows at the knees here, just inside of the knees. Should feel nice through the hips and the groin muscles. Perfect, and then come to a bit of a forward fold here, heel toe those feet inwards, inhaling up, exhaling down through centre. Now we'll come to today's pose, happy baby pose, so we'll inhale up, exhale fold, stepping back to our plank, and coming down with the knees, crossing those feet over one another, or you can come round to the side like this if you prefer that. Finding our way onto our backs. You can even do a little roll here if you like, mobilising through the spine, and then finding your way to rest on your back. Hands come either to the outside of the feet or the shins here, or your knees. And just trying to remember those prompts, so bringing your tailbone down towards the ground, shoulders down towards the ground, and you've got the back of your neck nice and flat on the ground so they're not sort of craning up here. You can even sway side to side if that feels nice through the hips. And just try to notice where you're resisting the posture, and just breathe into there and try to relax there. Maybe closing down with the eyes. Right. Finding way back to our knees here. And then back to your plank. Stepping forwards to our forward fold, and then inhale, palms come out and up. Exhale, we've finished up to H.